Hi everyone, it's Steph from Shappy. When you're setting up your online store, writing product descriptions is often the last thing you want to do. But before you completely ignore that step, remember that the product description is right above the Add to Basket button and that it's usually the last thing your customers see before purchasing your product or leaving your online store. Well-written product descriptions can significantly impact sales. According to a recent study, product descriptions are the most important driver in making a purchase decision, even more than reviews or images. In addition, according to that same study, 98% of shoppers have been dissuaded from completing a purchase because of incomplete or incorrect product descriptions. But before you decide to spend your money on an expensive copywriting professional, follow this step-by-step video to understand how to write effective product descriptions that drive sales. So let's get started. In order to write effective product descriptions, there are three things that you need to consider. First, the who, because good product descriptions always start by understanding your customers. Then, the what. In this second section, we'll see what information you need to include when writing your product description. And in the last section, we'll discuss the how. We'll provide you with some keys for writing short and concise descriptions that make you sell more. Because a good product description is a description that makes you sell more, it is of primary importance to write for your customers. So the first thing to do, even before writing any text, is to make sure that you understand who your ideal customer is. To do that, start by identifying if there's a specific gender, age group, income level, education level or lifestyle that defines that person. If you're able to understand if your target customer is younger or older, cares about the environment or cares about fashion, you'll be able to craft a description that will deeply resonate with your customer and will significantly increase your likelihood to sell. Let's take an example to see how two products that are apparently similar can cater for different audiences after reading their descriptions. This one is from Axel Arigato. The Genesis Vintage Runner features a retro-inspired sneaker set on a lightweight, modern, streamlined sole. Upper and lining is responsibly produced using recycled plastic. It is clear that this product description highlights the modern aspect of the shoe and the fact that it's responsibly produced. So we could imagine that this product caters for 25 to 45-year-olds who care about the environment. And that one is from Ted Baker. The Sarlo chunky sneakers have been paneled with suede and trimmed with tabs. Set on a chunky, precise sole, they'll add a contemporary twist to your sneaker collective. Team with chinos or joggers in line with your mood. These sneakers are aimed more towards someone with a busy lifestyle, working 9 to 5, and willing to be able to pair these sneakers with multiple looks, including with chinos or joggers. Then, the second thing that you need to understand is your customer's needs with regards to your product. This will help you craft a product description that helps solve the problem that your customer is facing. Try to answer the following question. Why would someone hire your product? What job is your customer trying to accomplish? The theory of jobs to be done was developed by Harvard professor Clayton Christensen. We all have many jobs to be done in our lives. Some are little, pass the time while waiting in line. Some are big, find a more fulfilling career. Some surface unpredictably, dress for an out-of-town business meeting after the airline lost my suitcase, and some regularly, pack a healthy lunch for my daughter to take to school. When we buy a product, we essentially hire it to help us do a job. So try to understand what your target customer hopes to accomplish with your product. Let's read this description for a candle from the White Company. You see the second paragraph? This fabulous 3-wick candle comes in a beautiful white gift box, making it a special treat or gift. They put the emphasis on the fact that this is perfect to be offered as a gift. So the White Company clearly understands that many customers shop there to find gift ideas, and they've written their product description accordingly to help you understand that you can accomplish that task by buying this candle. And now that you understand who you're writing for, let's focus on what you need to include in your product description. I often hear people say that the particular product they're writing about doesn't have much to be said about. If that's what you're thinking, follow the 3 steps to write a short but effective product description that will boost your sales. First, start with a short story. Just write a sentence or 2 that will appeal to your customer's imagination by putting your product in context. Research shows that stories are 20 times more memorable than facts, so use that to your advantage. Contextualize your product and use sensory words to help your customer understand what the product would do if they were to buy it. If we take an example from Patchplant's website, see how they start their product description? In the 1870s, the Canetia palm came to the UK. Queen Victoria herself was a big fan, insisting palms were placed around her coffin when she died. In just a couple of sentences, your mind is already transported somewhere else. Then, in the second section, simply refer to the job to be done, as discussed previously. This will help the buyer understand that the product corresponds to what they're after. There's no need to overthink, just be direct and fact-based. In our example, this would give something like, palms are still incredibly popular, especially for indoor decoration. They love lots of bright light, but not harsh, direct sun. They will appreciate a feed with liquid fertilizer once a month in spring and summer. As you can see, when you understand the job to be done, here an indoor plant that's easy to maintain, you can even use that to your advantage and offer other products that pair well together and that help get the job done even better. You've set the context with your story, and now you've helped your customer understand more about your product. Now, it's time to highlight the technical details of your product that will help the customer make a final decision on whether or not to buy your product. Just be fact-based and highlight some technical details that your customers may ask otherwise. You can include things like dimensions, colors, sizes, fabrics, anything that's relevant to make an informed decision about your product. And now that you know what to include in your product description, let's focus on the formatting. How you present your product description is extremely important because most people, especially on mobile phones, hate to go through lengthy descriptions. So the first formatting rule is to keep it short and concise. Unless you're selling something highly complex, stick to the template we've been through. 2 sentences to set the context, 2 sentences to describe your product, and a few sentences to go into more specific details about your product. A good rule of thumb is to keep your description entirely visible when you're on a big mobile phone screen. This will limit the need to scroll down even for people using smaller mobile devices and will prevent having important information hidden at the very bottom of the page. The second thing to consider is to make your descriptions scannable. People online have a tendency to just skim through the text quickly rather than read every single word carefully. So don't hesitate to use headlines, bold text, and bullet points, especially in the 3rd paragraph when you list multiple product features like size, dimensions, colors, or fabrics. This will make scanning through the page a lot easier for your audience. Headlines and easy-to-scan bullet points will give the reader a feeling of making progress and make your copy feel a lot more approachable. So remember to make it easy on the eyes to use your product descriptions to your advantage to drive sales. And that's it for today. In order to write amazing product descriptions that boost your sales, remember to start by understanding your audience. Understanding who you're writing for will make your copy a lot more relevant to your customers. In addition, remember to keep it short and follow a clear, repeatable structure like the 3-step template we've been through. Lastly, structure matters. Make your customer a favor and make it easy for them to scan through your product descriptions. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, activate the notifications, and leave us a like by pressing the like button. See you in the next video.